I met him 15 years ago. I was told there was nothing left. No reason, no conscience, no understanding, and even the most rudimentary sense of life or death, of good or evil, right or wrong. I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up, because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
Hello, Halloween fans. Welcome to the Power Play. Today we're diving deep into Michael Myers in the upcoming Halloween video game dropping September 8th, 2026. And I'm not talking about Dead by Daylight. This is a completely new standalone game developed by IllFonic. And it's shaping up to be the most authentic digital version of The Shape we've ever seen. John Carpenter himself is executive producer. Nick Castle, the original Michael Myers from 1978, did the motion capture. This is built in Unreal Engine 5. So the question is, can this game finally do justice to horror's most iconic killer? Let's break down everything we know about how Michael actually plays. All right, so here's the core gameplay innovation that sets this apart. The Bloodlust meter. You can't just run around as Michael stabbing everyone. That's not how he works in the films, right? He stalks, he waits, he's patient. In this game, you have to methodically stalk your victims to build up bloodlust before you can execute kills. This forces you to play psychological horror instead of just being an aggressive action killer. You're lurking in shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And get this, you play from first-person perspective, and your vision is actually limited by the mask's eye holes. Just like in the film. It's an authentic handicap that makes you work for your kills while staying true to the character. The developers really nailed this concept. IllFonic's CCO, Jared Garrettson, said Michael is the boogeyman. Not a bull in a china shop like Jason, not a big cat like the Predator. He's a coiled-up cobra that happens to be in any bush you walk by. That patient, predatory style is baked into every mechanic. Now let's talk about the ability that's got everyone divided. Shape Jump. When you activate Shape Jump, Michael becomes completely invisible, like an inky shadow blob, and can move super fast across the map. It's basically a repositioning teleport that explains how Michael just appears places in the movies, without any logical explanation. From a game design perspective, I actually get it. How else do you translate Michael's cinematic omnipresence into gameplay? The guy is somehow everywhere at once in the films, but fans are split on this. Some think it's a creative solution. Others hate the inky blob visual effect and feel like it undermines the grounded horror of the original. One fan put it perfectly. They should have just made it so survivors can't see you while stalking from the shadows instead of this ghost-like fade. Beyond Shape Jump, Michael can cut phone lines to stop people from calling the cops, use environmental positioning strategically, and the developers have hinted at more unpredictable endowments we haven't seen yet. Let's talk executions, because this is where things get brutal. The game promises a shocking amount of gruesome executions, with tons of variety. You've got the iconic butcher knife, obviously, but you can also use makeshift weapons you find around Haddonfield. And here's what makes it special. Nick Castle, the original Shape from 1978, came back to do motion capture alongside veteran stuntman T.J. Storm. There's behind-the-scenes footage of Castle performing choking animations and Storm doing axe kills. Castle actually said he rewatched the original Halloween to study what made the character work, and he tried to recreate those authentic movements for the game. That level of dedication is incredible. The game's rated M for mature with graphic violence and gore. These aren't just functional kills. They're designed to recreate iconic cinematic moments while keeping you shocked across hours of gameplay. Here's a critical design choice. Michael Myers cannot be killed. You may be able to knock him down, but you can't kill the boogeyman. That's a direct quote from the developers, and it's core to how the game balances Michael's power. Heroes can temporarily knock you down to buy escape time. If enough police show up, Michael can be detained. That's your loss condition. But players can't permanently stop you through combat. You're an unstoppable force of nature, just like in the films. This creates interesting tension. Townsfolk NPCs will call the cops and fight back if you abandon stealth. Heroes can arm civilians and coordinate them to increase police presence. So detection has real consequences beyond just being chased. The Bloodlust meter is really the main balancing mechanism here. All of Michael's overwhelming power, the invisibility, the immortality, the tracking abilities, is gated behind having to stalk targets first. You can't just rush in. You have to embody that methodical horror. Now let's talk about how this game looks and feels, because the attention to detail is insane. This game draws exclusively from the 1978 original Halloween, not the sequels, not the modern trilogy. It's a period piece, as the developers call it. Everything from the visual style to the dialogue to the technology matches that specific time period. They used original sketches of the Myers house to design the maps. They calibrated the street lamp lighting in Haddonfield to match the film's oppressive atmosphere. They listened to John Carpenter's minimalist soundtrack dozens of times to recreate that chilling soundscape. The result? Haddonfield rendered in Unreal Engine 5 with period-accurate details, rotary phones, floral wallpaper, wood paneling, 70s suburban charm, all with cinema-quality lighting and hauntingly realistic visuals. Multiple maps feature locations from the 1978 film, including the iconic Myers house, all recreated in stunning detail. When you're stalking through these environments with that first-person mask vision, it genuinely feels like you're in that movie. Okay, this is huge. There's a standalone single-player story mode, and this is what really differentiates this game from Dead by Daylight. You play exclusively as Michael Myers through the key events of The Night He Came Home, experiencing the 1978 film plus some never-before-seen story about that night. Dr. Loomis narrates. They got permission from Donald Pleasance's family to use his likeness. The campaign is designed to teach you how to be Michael Myers before jumping into multiplayer. It trains you on all his mechanics in a more controlled, cinematic context. You'll walk through the Myers house, face off against townsfolk and police, and unlock different abilities. The developers emphasize exploration and replayability with exclusive collectibles only found in this mode. It's meant to be a complete Halloween experience on its own, not just a tutorial for multiplayer. For fans who want to experience 1978 interactively without competitive multiplayer stress, this is the selling point. Dead by Daylight doesn't have anything like this. So, in multiplayer, one player is Michael hunting 4 heroes of Haddonfield in what the developers call a horror sandbox experience. Michael's objective: find, stalk, and kill all Haddonfield residents before Halloween night ends. But here's what makes it interesting. There are dynamic NPCs living in this world. Townsfolk are doing everyday activities, washing dishes, watching TV, talking with neighbors. They're not just props. They're reactive AI that spot Michael, alert authorities, run away, or even fight back when cornered. Heroes can guide these non-player characters to safety, give them weapons, and coordinate their actions. So you've got this living world where you have to decide, do I go after the difficult hero players, or do I capitalize on easier NPC kills to build Bloodlust? Matches have randomized NPC positions and routines, so you can't just memorize patterns. Multiple authentic maps based on film locations keep things varied. And there are offline bot matches if you want to practice before facing human players. The developers are really trying to innovate beyond standard asymmetrical horror formula here. Their philosophy is that fun comes first, but breaking the stigma is a close second. They're tired of the standard do objectives and escape alone gameplay. In Halloween, heroes can actually save the town instead of just escaping selfishly. If you're saving civilians as a hero, you're slowing Michael down. If you're playing Michael, you have more varied objectives than just chasing heroes. The power balance becomes way more interesting. The team even teased that they cracked a mechanic I've never seen in any other game that we won't discover until launch. So there's some mystery element they're keeping under wraps that could be revolutionary. The overarching goal is to let players create their very own horror movie moments in an immersive sandbox, rather than forcing rigid objectives. So here's my take. Halloween 2026 is the most faithful, ambitious, and technically impressive Michael Myers game ever made. The Bloodlust system, the motion capture by the original actor, John Carpenter's involvement, the single-player mode. This is unprecedented authenticity. But it faces massive challenges. Developer reputation suggests probable abandonment within a year. Dead by Daylight's dominance makes sustained competition really difficult. The asymmetrical horror genre itself is oversaturated. What's likely to happen? Passionate Halloween fans will buy it for the single player and enjoy 8 to 12 months of solid multiplayer. The game will deliver excellent content during that window, creating horror movie moments, brutal kills, experiencing 1978 Haddonfield in stunning detail. Then population decline makes matchmaking hard, and it joins the asymmetrical horror graveyard. It's honestly tragic. Michael Myers gets his most authentic digital portrayal with revolutionary mechanics and legendary talent, but institutional problems threaten to waste that potential. The perfect victim stalked by an unkillable force while we watch helplessly, knowing how it ends. The game drops September 8th, 2026 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and PC. I genuinely hope I'm wrong about the longevity issues because what they're building looks incredible. We'll see if Michael's definitive game becomes a lasting legacy or just another cautionary tale. What do you think? Are you excited for this or skeptical? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button and subscribe for more gaming content. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay safe and stay gaming.
was the boogeyman.
As a matter of fact, it was.
If you enjoy our content and want us to keep delivering the latest news, reviews, and gameplay tips, please consider supporting us by clicking the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified about our latest uploads. Join the Power Play community with Jason Creed. Thank you for being part of our journey. Let's keep gaming together.